Hi Stampers, it's Lisa. Welcome to today's live. Again, my name is Lisa. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I go live on Mondays and Thursdays to show you guys some kind of wow cards that are easy to make. It's my goal in life to take the stress out of stamping and allow you to make wow cards that you can send to others to brighten up their day. Here's our cards. Here's two of them that I have done. And they kind of open at a point, and then the card opens here. So it fully opens. And here I did it in Coastal Cabana, Fresh Freesia, and then Highland Heather. And then here I did it in Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight. So same designer series paper, same fold, same stamp set, different look. And today we're going to do even a different look. So pop on in, make sure that you type in hashtag prize patrol so that you get your chance to win today's card. Pop up so you can see my ruler at the bottom. I love my grid paper. It's got the measurements across the bottom, the how to find the zero at the top. It's just fabulous. And I can use it to show you that we're starting out with a base that is 5.5 by 4.25. Now, normally our base is the one that is the part that folds, but this time our base is just that size, and we're going to go one size smaller for the folding part. And so this is going to be our 4" by 5.25, which is normally our top layer. But in order to have it fold, it had to be double. So this is 5.25, but it's 8 inches wide, scored at 4. I hope you do make it. It's a fun card. Okay, then we know that the card being 4.25, 5.5, 4 by 5.25, the next layer is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so all of that is pretty standard sizes. We've also got the 3 3/4 by 5 for inside. And then I've got a top layer here that is going to be 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then another piece of designer series paper, 4 by 2.5. And this is the same designer series paper, even the same pattern out of this package. We're just going to use the other side. And then I've got yet one more, and this is 3.5 by 3.5. And this is the one we're going to cut in half. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Oh, and then I have the basic white tag. That's here too. So with this 3.5 by 3.5 designer series paper, I'm going to put it in my trimmer, and I've got a point there and a point here. Now, normally when you're sliding your blade, when you slide into a point, it usually smashes it. So my suggestion is to lift up this plastic part and let your blade drop in the middle of it and then go up and down, and we don't have any smashed corners. Then I'm going to take that long side and I'm going to line it up on my 1/2 inch line over here. And then I'm going to score, but I'm going to score very gently because I don't want to rip the designer series paper. So it does not take much pressure to just go ahead and give that a quick score. If you press too hard, it's going to rip the paper. So we're just going to fold over at that score line on both of them. And then these little extra points that are sticking out, we're just going to whack those off. We don't need those. Something over there is making a noise. Sorry. All right. Now those little point things are going to go on the back of our folded part. Okay, they're going to go back here. So we're going to line them up, and they should go point to point. And so we're just going to adhere right there. Now I want to make sure that we've given a little room to our score line because we want it to fold over both layers. So don't have it too low into the score line. I might suggest doing this in liquid glue so we can make sure that we're there. So I'm going to start out by laying it in here, and I'm just kind of putting it up to that score line, but that might be a little close. So I'm going to go ahead and close it and then make sure I've got room. Okay, we have room, so we're good there. Now we're going to do the other side. When we got the new annual catalog, I was so excited about this bundle. I think it's just so pretty. I look at things and go, oh my gosh, I have so many flowers. I just don't need any more. But this paper is just to die for. It's so pretty. Oops. Okay. There we go. Okay, so there we go. There's our 2 points. We know that we want that other piece to go on here. So I'm going to take this one and we're going to put it in the middle. And then we're going to mount the whole thing on this. I really encourage the product share or the swatch books or something, just so you can see some of these papers. They're so pretty that I don't think the catalog is able to do them justice. They're just so much prettier in person, and that's going to be especially true of the new upcoming July to December mini catalog, because there's several vellums and some shimmers, and because Christmas is coming up and the holidays, I know I'm not ready for that either, but the papers are so pretty. And as I've been showing you, I've been taking some of our kind of holiday-ish sets and making them non-holiday cards. So there's that too. All right, I needed that little piece. Here we go. So now I'm going to take this and we're going to use the other side, because I think this would be, I don't know, a bit much to have all of that flower. I mean, it is pretty, but if we pop this over, it's still pretty and gives our eye a little bit of a break. And then the tag's going to go on it. Eek. So, I mean, we can use either. Just think that's kind of full. What do you guys think? Is that too much? Okay, then we're going to stamp on the tag, and we're going to stamp on the inside of our card. So I'm going to stamp the largest of the flowers, and I'm going to color that with the Stampin' Blends. And so I'm going to start out with a very light color. So this is Fresh Freesia. I'm going to put that up in the corner. Now I want to have leaves coming out of it. And so I'm going to take our masking paper, and this is something that's in our new annual catalog. It's this paper that is sticky on one side, and I stamped on it and then I cut it out, and I've even kind of ripped it a little, but I think it's still going to stick because I can lay this over the top of my existing, where is this? Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. I can lay it over the existing flower that's there, and then I can take our leaves and then I can stamp those and make them look like they're coming out from behind. Probably could have trimmed that a little more. And when you very first use the masking paper, ooh, be very careful because it kind of sticks really well. It shouldn't. So what I did first is I took it and stuck it to my shirt and kind of fuzzed it a little before sticking it to my cardstock so that the paper wouldn't rip. Okay, now that I've got those, I can peel this off. And you can see my flowers, or the leaves, look like they're coming from behind the flower. Okay, on my tag, I'm going to go ahead and stamp our greeting. I'm going to flip it around this time, and we'll put friend on this one. And this is Gorgeous Grape. And I've got Highland Heather. And we can take this smaller flower and just kind of stamp around. I think I'm going to do one more in the coastal. I have that out here too. So I'm just picking colors that are in the designer series paper. So there's really no thought to it. That's my favorite part about Stampin' Up! Is that all of our colors coordinate. It makes it so much easier. See how pretty that is? And I didn't even color those flowers and they still look pretty. But I'm going to go ahead and give a little color to this one. And I'm starting out, I want to start out with the dark. I'm going to put a little of that down, and then I'm going to blend completely over the top of it with the lighter. If you're doing something large, you probably want to do small sections at a time so that the ink does not have time to dry. And then you're going to go over the top of it kind of in swirls, especially where the two interact, because that's what's going to make it blend, is the swirling and the coloring right over the top. See, if I come out like this, see the difference between that one and that one? So it's the consistent coloring and going clear over the top and just laying down ink until it blends that's going to give us that look that we're going for. And this is a light Daffodil Delight. There's a dark Daffodil Delight. This is a Highland Heather. Right? This is Fresh Freesia. Okay, I'm going backwards. Okay, so what I'm doing here is just trying to get this underside of the leaf, the petals. Yeah, definitely need to do that part with the dark. So we're just kind of giving it some accents where the shadows would be. You kind of want to pay attention to what direction your light source is coming from, is what I'm told when coloring these things. But I've also been told to follow what the artist did, because the artist is actually artistic and I'm just kind of crafty. So I'm going to trust the artist in knowing where those things go. It is easy. All it takes is practice. I've got several girls that come to my local classes that are always beating themselves up saying they're no good with the blends and they're no good with the blending brushes. But the more they practice, the better they get at it. So just hang in there and play around with them. When I did the pumpkin last Monday, we actually used multiple colors. I used pumpkin pie and Cajun craze, and then did the little color lifter in the middle, and it blended beautifully. So that's out on there, my YouTube channel. If you missed it, you want to go check that out because it was gorgeous. And it is, it's easy. Just practice. All right, now we're ready for this middle sentiment. Yep, too many good choices, I agree. All right, I had a little piece of ribbon. Might have knocked it on the floor. But we want just a little piece of ribbon. And then this stuff is gorgeous, but it frays really easy. So I came in with just a lighter and melted the ends. That should help it from fraying. And then I'm going to take, and normally we run it through and we pull the ends through the loop, but I didn't want any bulk on my cards. So when I go to mail this, I want it to be as flat as possible. So I don't want that knot that's normally right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it through so that my little loop is on that side. And then I'm going to take up just a little piece of tear and tape and tack that down. Where's the end? There we go. And so that's going to give us almost the same look without the bulk. And then I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals. And you don't have to take the back of the tear and tape off. You can leave that on. I know we automatically think we're supposed to peel it off because it's double-sided, but since we're not worrying about the other side, we don't need to. It looks like their vote was for the white side. Okay, then I'm going to center this in the card. And I kind of look, the points of these are coming up to the points of my triangles. So I know I want to be right about there. And so I want to make sure that all of my adhesive is only on one side and all below that mark. Because if we had adhesive down here or back here, it would glue it closed, and we don't want that. Oh, that's awesome. I love it when we can use up our scraps. Okay, so there we go. Now we just need our inside. There we go. So there's the inside of our card, and that's what it looks like closed. So what do you think? What kind of combination was your favorite? See how they're all the same card and just a little bit different, and it's all the same designer series pack, same fold, same everything. I love it. Okay, so that's this week's card. I hope you give that a try and then pop over to the realm of creativity and post your pictures, because I would love to see how this fold comes out in different papers and things. I think I showed you this one. This is in my customer appreciation PDF for this month. So you would get written directions if you place an order. And then, like I said, it's also going to be on the hop tomorrow. And this was my pocket card from last week. Last week was a pumpkin. This week I did flowers. And then Thursday, we're going to do yet another card. We're going to do this one here. And I'll probably pick a different color, but this will be next week's card. And I've got a cutout here that kind of holds the card shut. And then it opens like that. Okay, so this will be Thursday. So come back and watch then, and make sure that you put in hashtag Prize Patrol. I'm excited. We have 13 entries so far this week. I think that's the most we've had yet. So this is your last chance to put in your hashtag Prize Patrol, and then we're going to spin the wheel and see who wins. Remember, the new catalog goes live on Friday. I will have a PDF version on my blog. I'll send out a newsletter with a link. And if you placed an order with me recently, should have gotten a printed catalog in the mail. If you didn't and you've been ordering from me, please let me know. I did have a couple of them come back for bad addresses. So I think I'm going to make some phone calls and make sure I have everybody's correct address. But we're ready to spin. So congratulations, Lois. You are today's winner. Let me know which one you want. I have these three. And I can send you any of the three if you wish. I just need your address. Carrie, I will look. It may have gone out recently. I did mail off like 12 of them just the other day, but I will check. I've got a tracking number on it, I think. But if you don't get it, for sure, let me know. I know we've had issues before with your like apartment number. Let's see. I need Lois to go to queenbeecreations.net/prize patrol and fill out the claim form so that I have the address that I'm mailing that to. So again, thank you for joining me. I so appreciate you all being here and sharing the live. I love it when you guys interact and help me make my card, and I so appreciate all of you. I love my job, and it's people like you that make it possible for me. Coastal Cabana one. So this one or this one? I've got the middle one or the outside one. And I will see you right back here on Thursday for the next card. Thanks for joining me. Bye.